and blue purple light. Friends, facts, red and blue purple light. Friends, red and blue purple light. Friends, facts, you can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land, focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you and it's going to provoke you and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. Welcome to Saturn Day Night Live. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill. All right. And we are in the building. I want to say greetings to the family. Peace, love, and light. And the song that you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, is the Facts remix from the 44 Tops. Give it up to the 44 Tops. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right. So without any further ado, let's get right into the roll call so we could begin the program for tonight. All right. Shout out to all of my KT aliens in the building. You heard? Shout out to all of the KT aliens. You feel me? We got New York City setting it off. All right. We have New York City in the building. You already know what it is, aka Gotham. We got Detroit, Michigan in the building. Shout out to Michigan, the whole Michigan family and whatnot. Yeah, that's soul charged music. You feel me? I know everybody, sometimes we be having those hectic days. You know, everybody has, going through their roller coaster days. So much distractions out there. But that song puts everything into perspective. You know what I mean? Shit, I be in the loop. I be going through portals and whatnot. But the minute that song comes on the intro, it snaps me right into position. And I'm in total KTL. I'm in KTLian mode. You know what I'm talking about? That's the theme music right there. So, yeah, it does something. I can't wait till y'all hear more of the 44 Tops. We got more slaps and whatnot. But, when you got a fire slap, it's hard to just pass that up and go to something else. So, we're going to squeeze this one like They Not Like Us. We're going to squeeze the juice out of this one. You feel me? Well, I'm in no rush to jump to something new. Savannah's in the building. Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to North London in it. I'm talking about. Shout out to T Dot. I'm talking about the Mandim and T Dot. Oklahoma City. All right. Los Angeles, California. We got the north of Boston. All right. Detroit is in this bitch. It just had to let that be known. What up, though? All right, we Harlem in the building, Colorado in the building, Sacramento, We have South Carolina in the building, Colorado in the building, Cleveland, Ohio / Jamaica, New Orleans, you dig? Charlotte. All right. We got Portland. We got Hartford in the building. What up, pup? We got Belize in the building, Pontiac in the building. We got Ireland we got Strong Island in the building, Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana. Okay. All right. We got AZ in the building, Portland in the building. All right. San Antonio, Tottenham. Yo, it's a global affair tonight. It's a global affair tonight. You feel me? All right. We got a global event happening right now. You know what I'm talking about? The whole globe is tapped in it. You know what I mean? Man, like ATL is in the building, Kentucky in the building, Harlem, visiting ATL. Be safe out here, have fun. Pontiac. All right. New Orleans in the building, Philly in the building, Cape Verde. All right. Shout out to all of y'all. I want to say good evening to everybody pulling up and whatnot. On this fine Saturn day. You know what I'm talking about? On this good Saturday evening. I'm finally getting to see the moon. FYI, how many people saw the northern lights where y'all was at? How many people have seen the northern lights in your part of town? I was not privy to being bathed in the northern lights. I was kind of jelly about that. I wasn't privy to being bathed in the northern lights. Somebody said that was a heart machine, by the way. There goes that harp again. You know what I mean? And there goes that harp again. But yeah, it was looking lit from what I saw. The way that people are tapped in on a roll call, I know somebody seen that shit. You feel me? I know somebody was bathing in the northern lights and whatnot. But it didn't reach Atlanta. They said it was in some part of Georgia, but I didn't see it in the A and shit. But yeah. You saw the moon for the first time yesterday. It's like a half a moon and whatnot. It's like, where's we need a moon. I'm looking for another moon and a half. Where's that other half? And then where's that other moon you niggas was talking about? Because think about it. If there's a second moon, that they said it was a second moon, what's lighting up that second moon? Like, is that second moon gonna have light shining on it? You feel me? I need more. I need to read the white papers. I need more scientific. I need some more science on that. You feel me? I learned in this news cycle. Don't take nothing for you. Do not take. You can't trust anything that you read. First of all, there's no more reliable sources. I need to read the science on that shit, bro. What's making it shine? If it's so called, if it is a second moon, what's making it glow? Yeah, the moon dipped on us for a week. It did a evacuation, like the people in Florida. That shit was out. It went somewhere. It must have been you more concerned about the lack of rain in the East Coast. Oh, word, y'all it's lacking liquid over there. I didn't even know that. I wasn't even aware that it was a drought in town. It rained a whole week, 2 weeks ago. Well, I know something in Atlanta. It used to rain every time at night. You feel me? Because I would have the lawn chairs in the back and they would get wet. But I've noticed even when it came to the after the explosion with the biolab, it has not rained one time in Atlanta, like even overnight. Hasn't rained. Because I remember when the explosion happened, they were saying that if it did rain, it would be acid rain because it was chlorine. It wasn't just chlorine in the air. It was chlorine that was basically mixing with other chemicals, and it was chlorine when you apply fire to it. You feel me? So it was a whole it was a lot of chemicals in the air. So we were praying that it didn't rain. No, because the rain it would have been a little, you know what I mean? Nobody wants acid rain and shit like that. That just exasperates the things, you know. But something about the something that I've noticed is that it's not windy in the south the same way that it's windy in the east, like in New York. It's more windier. Maybe it's because it's a lot of water surrounding New York and whatnot, and Georgia is landlocked and shit like that. But mind you, we are high up in the mountains, but it don't be that windy out here. When you really think about it, it's not windy like New York is windy. You go outside on a given day in New York, and there's some wind is gonna smack the shit out of you. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? That's why we wear fitted caps, because you had to blow off. You know what I'm saying? Granted, and it's all of those buildings, and it's a lot of tall buildings in New York, and it still be wild windy. I know Manhattan, especially because it's an island, but it's not windy like that in Atlanta. The weather is beautiful, but it's not a real windy place and whatnot. So just an observation, just an observation. Yeah, let me shout out to everybody that was in the building for the last show that I did, Third Eye Thursdays. Yeah, that was lit. That was a good show that we had on Third Eye. Shout out to Sharif Bey. Shout out to Conjure Queen. That's a combo right there. Conjure Queen, she popped out on Friday and dropped a video on Hoodoo Heritage Month. I put that in the community thing on the YouTube page and whatnot on Know the Ledger 444. I put that in the post. So I was telling people, yo, go watch that. And then later on that night or the next day of some no, that later on that night, Sharif Bey got on Black Magic 363. He dropped Hoodoo Magic. He dropped Hoodoo Magic. And that shit was he did a classic episode. He bodied that. They both bodied that. You know what I'm talking about? They both went in and added on to the conversation that we were having at the beginning, at the top of the month. You know what I'm saying? Just highlighting the fact that this is Hoodoo Heritage Month, putting the spotlight on hoodoo, something that I feel that a lot of people don't really speak of and don't have too much for knowledge of. They're not that if they are knowledgeable, we don't have that conversation in the open enough. You know what I mean? It still has a taboo attached to it. So we're trying to demystify the fear, the taboo, all of that crusader inquisition type of propaganda that they throw on everything that we do that's magic and magical and ancestral, because that was the main technology that the inhabitants or the colonists and the inquisitors, that's what they were torturing and persecuting our ancestors and burning them at stakes and torturing them and converting them and stomping that out of them. You know what I mean? It was made to hide and to be ashamed of and to be fearful to even admit that you had powers. But we in a new age and we in a new day. And like I've stated on the program a few times, and I'm gonna stand on this, I'm standing on the fact that our people, we're in a new time. We're at a precipice where some of our powers, our superpowers, have gone online, have come online, have basically awakened. We're in our supercell era right now. Prepare yourselves to see via social media, of course, because we are in the era of social media, the age of social media. So we're in a unique time period that we get to observe things as a true collective in real time versus years ago when we did not have this type of access and we were limited in the way we were consuming things in real time, right? But now we could pick our phones up, and if some shit, this a phenomenon happens, we basically could all see it at once, all right? And you're gonna see some shit on your phones or through social media I would say, what are we, 2024? The next 4 years is going to be crazy leading up to 2030. So from 24 to like 26 or 28, you are going to see the rise of the super sapiens. You're going to see the rise of the super cells, or I would call the children of him the children of Henrietta Lacks. You know, you're gonna see some shit. All right, so prepare yourself. Some Simeon Toko, Henrietta Lacks type of shit. You know, people are going to show powers because that's where we are right now. We're definitely at that precipice and whatnot. We're definitely at that precipice. And what really, because remember, simultaneously while this is happening, we are also entering into the age of transhumanism. Okay, and something just happened that will hallmark the that era. There was just an event that happened with Elon Musk that will basically, when history is told, this event will be it will be highlighted as a major quote unquote turning point and a major event that signified, well, shit, 2024, just 2024 alone, just the whole year of 2024 alone is a landmark year for transhumanism. Thank you, Mr. Ovary Massager. Right? It was a landmark event. It was called We Robot. Right? We Robot, that of course plays off of iRobot. Okay. We Robot is a direct play off of iRobot. And when you start rolling out things like humanoids and, advanced artificial intelligence, then it's going to, as above, so below. Then that's the same time you're going to have people, human beings, who are going to be activating their super Heru or their super quote powers. It's all going to happen simultaneously. Okay. There's going to have to be somebody who is going to be able to fight these robots. You're going to have people who are going to be able to match the wits and not be hunted by said robots. So as these robots have a rollout, then it also is going to coincide with our DNA reawakening and us tapping into powers unforeseen for centuries on this planet. You know what I mean? Because prior to the Europeans and prior to the dark ages that our people went through, where they put our people practically to sleep, right? Hiram Abiff, where they put our people into a coma, we were doing things that were considered to be magical or supernatural for that matter. Okay. And we're coming back to that. That's why this transhumanism, and the transhumanism is the artificial depictions or the artificial, it's them artificially doing something that's going to happen naturally. So Elon rolled out these robots. Elon rolled out an automated cab, an automated taxi, right? Something called a robo bus, a automated bus, and then he rolled out the quote unquote Optimus Tesla robot. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you something. I was looking at them clips. I was looking at 2 Chainz talking to the robot, and these niggas was they had more personality than Kamala Harris. How about that? They had more personality than Kamala Harris. These niggas was having a conversation, and I was blown away by the just the language that was being used and whatnot. I promise you. I was like, damn, the fuck? This nigga like they really have upgraded their quote unquote humanoids. You feel me? Fellas, you better watch out because the future don't look real good for y'all. Cause this they put a dildo and put a goddamn arms and legs on a dildo, my nigga. The shit is a walking dildo. You know what I'm talking about? Like y'all will be replaced very soon by fucking Optimus Tesla robot. Don't let them roll out a Optimus that's fully tatted. It's really gonna be hard on us. Don't let them roll out a Optimus that has neck tats. You thought the dating scene was hard now? You thought it was fucked up before? It's really about to get bad. They're gonna have this nigga has a lot of personality. They're gonna have Optimus on like what's the dating apps? Tinder. You know what I'm talking about? They're gonna have balloon pop shows, 20v1s with a fucking Optimus, standing next to a real man. You're gonna have to go against a quick thinking fucking AI, you know what I mean, with neck tats. You know? The shit is crazy. But he definitely is, Elon Musk is a copycat. There's really not a lot original about this man. I'm really not hating. This is a disclaimer for any Tesla owners in the building. Please don't take this shit personal. I'm not hating on that man. I'm just stating the facts that I received off of the research that I did. There's a lecture that we did. There's a Melanin Mondays that we did in October of last year called Behold the Pale Face Horseman. I'll put it in the description and I'll pin the comment and whatnot in the comments after the show is over so y'all could go and watch it, right? And I basically non-biasedly laid out how Elon Musk is not who you think he is. And it's not just him. It's Mark Zuckerberg, it's Peter Thiel, it's Andreessen Horowitz. It was four of them. I called them the pale face horsemen. And the reason why I labeled them the pale face horsemen is because of the united agenda that they all have. And this united agenda that they all have is a transhumanism agenda, a transhumanism slash a transhumanism agenda on par with the quote unquote six, or on par with Ray Kurzweil, right? Ray Kurzweil is a futurist. Ray Kurzweil is a futurist who works at Google and he's real big in the tech community. He put out a lot of literature. He's like one of their master teachers and whatnot. And Ray Kurzweil is he put out the 6 epochs of intelligence. I believe we're in the 4th epoch. And they're all proponents of transhumanism, but transhumanism goes a little bit deeper than just the word alone. It really refers to them creating technology that's going to usher in what Friedrich Nietzsche and Hitler were basically dealing with. Is called the Ubermensch, right? The Superman, what you see in the DC comics with Superman, the comic book, right? And then what you see even fast forward in the TV show called The Boys with Homelander, right? In season 2 or I believe it was season 2, where his girlfriend was Stormwatcher, who was a Nazi, right? In the story that they have in this TV show, and Homelander is basically created in a lab, and he was being created as a Ubermensch, as the Superman and whatnot. You understand? So, what these men in big tech, who are all from Is It Real, what they're doing and what they are creating and what they are tasked. This is what they have been tasked to do this by their big homies. And their big homies will be the futurists who wrote the script that they're following. Okay. And they all follow the same script. The fact that they appear to be in competition with one another, it's for the theater, you know what I'm saying? It's for the masses, it's for the consumers, it's for the uneducated customers, you know what I mean? The circus. That's what they do it for, okay? But they're not against one another. They are all in the same race. And that race is to have European men live to be past 100 or 150, or for Europeans to conquer death. Now, if they're able to conquer death, if they're able to reverse aging, and if they're able to extend life, they become, this is when white superiority really becomes a thing. Similar to how the Germans were moving when they were in their bag and whatnot. White superiority with claims to being superior. Fuck talking about it. You niggas are dying and we're not. We reversed aged. We're going to Mars. We're reversing aging. We got cars driving for us. Like, we're better than you in all type of way. It's Zionism mentality. Okay. But this shit that he's doing, this stuff that he's rolling out, and it's consumers is gonna they're gonna clap their cheeks and get all giddy about it. But at the end of the day, similar to how he's basically hijacked everything, because remember, these companies that you see him commandeering and whatnot, these companies, some of them, not all of them, like the one called Boring, where they bore tunnels and whatnot, he's buying these companies, taking them over and stocking them, with people that are smarter than him, creating products and whatnot, and then he becomes the face of it. It's a very, very, it's a great package, you know what I mean? But this is a South African Boer, Boer, right? A South African, right? His people, emerald mine, his people are part of the apartheid system. This is not this person does not have the best interest for anybody who looks like us at hand. you know because I will refuse to talk about the Tesla rollout from a mindless consumer's point of view, like we're sitting here rating some shit, like we're just running around buying fucking robots and automated cars and shit like that. It's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna speak the truth. We're gonna speak the truth about who these people are, and we're gonna shame the devil, and we're not gonna get on some fanboy shit. So imagine, I mean, he rolled them out at the wrong time. Low key, I would have rolled him out. I would have rolled these robots out when you sassy ass niggas was striking at the ports. That's when I would have rolled them niggas out. Like, you know what? Okay. You know what? Y'all niggas want to talk that shit? All right, roll out the robots and let's start lifting these fucking boxes. You know what I mean? Let's stop lifting these crates and whatnot. We're gonna show these guys, you know what I mean, who's the real tough guy. And then put the motherfucking the optimist niggas who know how to throw hands and whatnot. You feel me? With the Mayweather programming, put them in charge of security. You feel me? Yeah, Uber and Lyft will be out of business pretty soon. Now, the sexy shit about this whole thing that I read, and the whole shit that I read was you would be able to have because I like the car, I like the taxi one. Fuck around. I don't like driving, you know what I mean? And I be having shit to do when I'm driving. So this makes sense to me. You know what I mean? The one that's at the bottom, it's like a taxi cab. It has no steering wheel and it has no pedals and whatnot. You basically could sit in the car and either play with yourself or get played with until you reach your destination. And I'm like, yo, I could go live, you know what I mean? And I could go live on my OnlyFans until I reach my destination and pop out. I'm just playing. But yeah, it's a good idea, but it's a horrible idea at the same time because shit. I don't them niggas could close the door and take you somewhere where you didn't program to go. You know? Starlink could fucking take over the car and drive it off the cliff or some shit. You know what I'm saying? While you just sitting in it and you trying to catch up on some sleep. You trying to catch up on some sleep. And the niggas just, they could hack your navigation and send you off a cliff or just send you into reverse traffic. I'm good. I'm so good on that. The shares of Tesla dropped when he made this announcement. You know what I mean? So obviously somebody's not that excited about this rollout. And the shareholders, they was like, nah, we not buying it. But the thing that they said about the cab is that let's say that you have one of these driverless cars that are taxis and whatnot, you basically could put that shit on the road to work for you. Like I'm on a show and my taxi is running. My robot taxi is on a blade picking niggas up, bringing daddy some cheddar back at the end of the night. You bringing me some bread back in this economy. I'm not mad at that. And they said it's under 30 bands, right? 30K the price tag. We're making money. I mean, you could put that's a gig economy. Your car is working for you. That's a different type of shit right there. And then you could do a party bus with the Tesla bus, right? With the Robo bus. You feel me? You could do the party bus. That's the new Sprinter. But what about when the robot goes rogue? What about when the robot goes rogue? What about if they switch these robots on and deputize them or weaponize them? You're looking at Skynet right here. And 2024 goes down as the year that AI became Skynet. 2024 goes down as the year. Let's write this on our calendars and we will cover it before the end of this fiscal year. But 2024 is the year that AI turned into Skynet because it was being utilized in a genocidal campaign overseas that they still have not really talked about. They keep that shit on the kind of on the hush. It made it made a little bit of noise, but it definitely didn't make the type of noise that it needed to make. But in Is It Real? Right now, the reason why they're able to fight 8 wars at one time. Remember, they're engaged in multiple conflicts, and yeah, they're getting they're getting attacked from multiple angles. Okay, they're being attacked from multiple angles. They're being attacked by the Houthis over there in Yemen. They're being attacked by Hezbollah and other resistance fighters in Lebanon, right on the other border. They're being attacked by Hamas out of Gaza, and there's also some other places, but they're also attacking shit too, and they are using AI. Okay, they have systems that have been set up that are able to pick out suspected quote unquote targets. Okay, they have an AI, biometric AI. The shit is basically it could read thousands of faces in seconds and basically pick every single face out of that crowd that is a suspected terrorist, and then the AI will give the thumbs up and the green light to basically wipe you out or to unalive you or to and to terminate you or to neutralize you. And that's where the drones come in. And the drones are doing drills like the little niggas in Chicago, Philadelphia, and Baton Rouge. You know what I'm talking about? They pulling up and they smacking shit. For real, for real. They dropping bunker bombs on people. So there's, you know, We got all of the reports, we got all of the receipts. We literally can't even say the names of the programs on this show right now, because when we did a show talking about it, every time we said the name, they clipped the show. They clipped it twice in one night. So I don't even say the name of the program. That's how these algorithms are programmed to hear, to listen for certain words. NLP, natural in natural language processing. The algorithm is trained to pick up on certain word combinations. You feel me? But yeah, they out here. Yeah, the AI's call. Yep, there you go. So, and Palantir is that, remember, Palantir is the program that Peter Thiel, one of the four pale horsemen, Peter Thiel is behind Palantir. And Palantir is what law enforcement is using to basically, target people and to keep people, law enforcement uses that, government uses that, and these quote unquote intelligence agencies are utilizing that. And not only are they utilizing Palantir, but Palantir will definitely be utilized against people in the future. But when I say that AI was weaponized and it caught thousands of bodies, similar to what Skynet did in this initial phase. Remember, there were phases of Skynet. Skynet has already been launched from October 7th. That was the beginning of the the launch of Skynet. Okay? That was the launch of Skynet. And a year later, from October the 7th, the AI has thousands upon thousands upon thousands of bodies on its hands, mostly women, children, and men. Their mentality over there, if they want to get one target, if there's one suspect that's a high value subject target, right? A high value target like a general or a commander or a lieutenant or one of the top hitters, one of their top gunners, their mandate is 1,000 innocent for one enemy. So they're allowed to take out 1,000 civilians just to get to one person. That's their shit. Okay, they'll take out 1,000 innocent people. If you surrounded by 1,000 children and they see you at a little league game, right? If a surveillance drone spots you at a little league game, they'll scan the whole area. If they pick up the coordinates of your face, right? Because it's facial recognition, and they send a report back to the headquarters, yo, we spotted him at a little league game. They will give the green light to drone to send predator drones to firebomb and to carpet bomb the entire little league gang just to get you. They're not going to wait for you to drive off. They're not going to wait for you to leave. They're not going to follow you. They're not going to send an operative in there to spank you, to walk you down and whatnot. They will blow up the entire stadium just to get you. That's how they playing. So, and remember, this is America. This is how they play outside the borders of America, right? This is because I just want to clear that up. And by clearing this up, we're going to get into politics in a minute, something that I don't like talking about, but we're in a season of it. So why not? Okay. Because after November, we could stop talking about, we could shift our consciousness into something more, a little more healthier, because this shit is very unhealthy. This political shit, this politics is unhealthy, bro. Politics as usual, politics is technology and is not healthy, for everybody. But Palantir came about with the PayPal mafia, Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Would investing in Palantir be considered unethical? You have to ask yourself. We have to have that conversation on a broader scale, because we can extend it to does invest in Apple, investing in Microsoft. Are the investments in these quote unquote these are not investment in Google and whatnot. Invest book in Meta. You know what I'm saying? Meta. You know what I mean? They got people wanting to invest in the military complex industry right now because those stocks are super hot. So what's all of them? Kellogg's, you feel me? All of these military complex industry stocks. Is that unethical to invest in those? We have to have I want to sit down with the financial guru niggas. I want to sit down with influencers. I want to sit down with the people who are considered to be influencers in those space. I just don't want to talk about that with quote unquote conscious people. No, I want to put those people in the quote unquote in not the hot seat. We need to have a collective town hall meeting to ask ourselves, is that what we should be doing? Because it's not just putting your money in it, you're now betting on it. Because I'm shorting, I'm here to short companies. I'm betting against them. I'm hedging bets against Apple. I'm not buying Apple stocks. I'm a short Apple because of because of what's going on in the Congo, because of what happened in the Congo, what's going on in Africa. That's why Apple don't get my support. I would short them niggas. I would short the stock before I would invest in it. So I'm ready to short certain companies and then even put together campaigns where we completely blow them up and we create press and we create media and we sink the stock, because we can do that. We could collectively put together an organized an organized rundown, or we could walk these corporations down and we could bet against them, hedge the bet against them. I shouldn't even be saying this on YouTube. What am I talking about? I'm not a financial advisor, disclaimer and all that other shit, because I don't want no smoke. No smoke. Because when you're attaching yourself, you're attaching yourself to the corporation, the corpus. Yeah, like GameStop, AMC, exactly. You're attaching yourself to the corpus. You vote with your dollar. Feel me? You vote with your dollar. So you got to be mindful as to what type of shit you voting in. That's like buying prison stocks. Feel me? Right. We know that shit is lit. We know it's going up and whatnot. We know that we know the prison stocks flip like pancakes. You know what I'm talking about? We know that it flips like a pancake. You know? But I ain't about to buy no prison stocks. I ain't Michael Jordan. You know? I ain't finna buy no I'm not adding on to that. You know? But yeah, you know, this technology shit is crazy. If we don't use this technology, we are going to become victims of it. We will become victims of it. As you can see, the pace in which technology is moving, it's not considering our feelings and how we feel, and we slow down. Nah, it's not doing that. It's accelerating. But what they're doing is they're mimicking, as you can see with the rollout the Elon Musk just did, they're mimicking the programming that many of us received in the movies, similar to what they did with Star Trek. If you go back and look at Star Trek, they had tablets, they had beepers, they had cell phones, they had all of the stuff that became consumer items later on. So the total recalls, the star the alien and the Star Trek movies, and they're gonna have all of these flying cars, Blade Runner, and shit like that. Back, you know what I mean? But really, iRobot. Really, iRobot. And as we see, the rollout is here. Think about it. 2024, right? Boom, 2030. I'm a child. I got children. 2030, I have a child. And I say to myself, you know what? The child is 3 years old. I'm going to buy it a Tesla robot and we're going to program the Tesla robot to basically be a nanny. You know what I mean? Or we'll buy a Tesla baby robot, a boss baby Tesla bot, where a boss baby Tesla bot will be the same size as my 2-year-old. And instead of having a sibling and whatnot, we'll just have another robot who could play T-Rex dinosaur with it. And, who could basically teach the child how to talk, and, who could help the child teach them how to play basketball and wrestle with them, and homeschool the damn child. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have generations of children not even in 2025 or 6. You're gonna have children growing up with robots as siblings and companions. So we're entering into a very new phase of reality. And believe you me, before long, these are rollouts. So one thing about rollouts, that especially these products and these companies and these brands and whatnot, they are mostly all public. So that means that they're attached, they have shareholders and all kind of shit. There's rules, there's roadmaps that they have to follow. So they can't drop everything at once, right? But please believe, before the end of next year, they will be dropping some type of new technology that's going to show you how they can manipulate aging. And it's not going to be available for the average tax-paying citizen. It's going to be available for the uber rich, but they are going to attempt to reverse aging, and then they're going to attempt to extend life. And then after that, they're going to take the unmitigated route to try to stop death, right? Remember, these are people attempting to do what? To be God. So they are creating the Antichrist, and they are trying to play God. So therefore, they are the ones who are going to usher in something that is considered in biblical terms as an Antichrist, right? Or a false prophet, or a false Jesus, or a false God and whatnot, or a false Messiah. And based off how things are looking these days, that looks like AGI, intelligence general, what was that? Artificial general intelligence, or what they call super AI, super intelligence. When they say that artificial intelligence becomes sentient. Okay. So all of these things, as you can see, are happening at once. The AI, the rollout of the robots. Once they put, well, it won't be Chat GPT in the Tesla bot. It'll be Grok. The shit on I used that a few times on Twitter. Grok. I think that's the name of it. Grok. Grok. Or Groot or Grok or something. And that shit is mad fast. You know what I'm talking about? It's sharp. So that'll be more in that, that'll reach more. I'm not a religious person. Shout out to Pope Pablo. I believe he has Mineral Ministries tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all tap into that. Make sure if you're not subscribed to this channel that you subscribe to it. We want to hit 100,000 before the end of the year. You know what I mean? I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do that. I might have to go live with Jaguar Wright and just get my goddamn subs up. You know what I'm talking about? But we looking for 100 bands, and then we're gonna go to 500, and then we're gonna tap to that mill. Why not? You know what I'm talking about? Why not? I see channels on this YouTube universe, million subscribers, and they just sitting up there just gossiping all day, or they just up there talking about shit that has no merit, no receipts. You know what I mean? And I'm like, But I see sensationalism is the new thing. You know what I mean? Sensationalism is, gossip and tea is the new shit. You know what I mean? And just getting out there and just saying any old thing. Who saw Orlando Brown and Jaguar Paul? Who saw Orlando Brown and Jaguar Paul? That's what we doing now? Because children are watching this, and there's I'm just saying, like, for the Steve Coakleys of the world, for the Professor Griffs of the world, you know what I mean, for the researchers, the one that really put in mad work to crack the code and to get these conversations started, to the Bobby Hemmitts of the world, you feel me? This is Hoodoo Heritage Month, so we should all be speaking about the master teachers who are no longer with us, what we call the pantheon of the quote unquote master teachers, the pantheon of elders, the ones who went blind reading books and whatnot. I'm not going to be co-signing people that just get on the internet and say any old thing and don't give no context to what they're talking about. No disrespect, but I uphold the scholars, but you don't have to be super duper scholarly. I uphold the whistleblowers. I uphold the journalists. I uphold the quote unquote the connoisseurs of culture. I uphold the seers and whatnot. I uphold people, the comedians. I uphold the influencers who have something influential to say that influence me. I like looking at car crashes and shit. I'm a Scorpion. We dive and we delve into the dark. I fuck with the mentally challenged sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? I hang out with the mentally challenged sometimes. I come from the trenches. You know what I mean? All my niggas is insane. So I know insanity, my niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I was locked up. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I used to go through the system. So I'm used to people being touched and trying to sound deep. You know what I mean? I used to be in Harlem for 20 years, family. I had to entertain that shit every day at my table. So I'm used to all of that. We used to, they would never put, there was people, Sarnetta was out there making stars out of people, right? Turning the camera on, and he created household names. He created household names. And when he spins the camera in the crowd, there was Jaguar Wright niggas in the crowd. There was Orlando Browns in the crowd. You feel me? Somehow we in the era now where the people that was in the crowd get the turn to talk. No disrespect to any of them. No disrespect to any of them and whatnot. But these are not the same. Those were the niggas in the audience asking real off-kilter questions, and you be like, yo, get that man some CMOS. Go to my table and get the C. Yeah, get it, give it to son. You know? But like I said on the last show, we are in the era now where the villain is lit. There's no more, not even an anti-hero. We are in our villain era. We are in the villain era. And the villains are winning. We are in the villain era. Charleston White is lit. He's not an anti-hero. He's past anti-hero. YSL Woody is lit. He's not an anti-hero. He's past the anti-hero. You understand? He's past the anti-hero. Who else? It's a few people. It's a lot of that shit. I mean, people coming home. Yo, I killed 10 niggas, and I was blood, and I was eating, and I was, I was doing all kind of shit in the mountains. But I got a podcast. I'm lit. Niggas is like, ooh, 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 he's lit. They turned up. Talk to me. Just take my money. You know what I mean? We are in our villain era. Future, he's lit, right? He's not the anti-hero. He's the villain. Everybody loves the power. The little nigga, little goat, he's the villain. He's not the anti-hero. He's the villain. BMF is lit. The series with Meech and them, the villain, right? with traits of the anti-hero. These are anti-hero slash villains. You know, that's the era that we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? I had read a report. Yeah, the diddler, right? The dealer, the dealer who low key, once again, I'll be reading when I go into the back office of this channel. I read the analytics and whatnot. So the analytics said that we have people from the 18-year-old range that watch these shows, the 20-year-olds. So I'm very mindful that y'all were born, and when you came out of your womb and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? When you came out of the womb, P. Diddy was lit already. So you were born into a world, you were born into a universe, a plane of existence where you seen you seen Puff Daddy after he got his teeth fixed. You understand? You were born into a world where the image of which they call black excellence was given to you, and it was that man. He was lit. He was the standards. He was excellence. He was the one that broke through. He was considered to be the quote unquote the glitterati and whatnot of today. You know what I'm saying? People such as myself, we were able to see other great black men prior to him, right? I seen Cosby turn into a villain. Cosby was a fucking American hero and whatnot. I seen OJ turn into a villain. OJ was an American hero. I seen MJ they call him Wacko Jacko. He turned into a villain. I seen James Brown turn into a villain, and he was a hero. All kind of shit. All kind of shit. Yeah, Joe Diddy was Joker for Halloween, right? Right, because New York turned into Gotham City. Yeah, the Penguin, the villain. We are in the villain area. Look, the TV show The Boys and whatnot. Homelander is the hero of that series, and he's a super villain. He's not just a regular villain. He's a super villain. Dr. Manhattan. He wasn't a hero. He wasn't necessarily the hero, and he wasn't necessarily the villain, right? But the Penguin TV show, right, which people said is very lit. The Punisher, right, anti-hero. But that was that era. But now we're in a new era. So we're in the villain era and whatnot. Okay, Vibes Cartel is a villain. He's not a superhero. He's not an anti-hero. He's the villain. And he came home and everybody gave him, oh, he beat the body. No, he didn't he bodied that nigga, but they just couldn't find the body. And there was stipulations in the case and he was cleared. But we already know let's stop playing games right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop playing games right now. You come home, you could wipe a nigga nose. Young Thug, if they gave Young Thug a mistrial tomorrow, they would give him ticker tape parades in Atlanta. The Big Slime. He is a villain. He is a villain. He's not the anti-hero. He went past the anti-hero. He's a villain. We saw Will Smith turn into a villain before our very own eyes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And when those tapes drop, we are going to see a new batch of people turn into villains. R. Kelly turned into a villain before our eyes and whatnot. Harvey Weinstein turned into a villain. Jeffrey Epstein turned into a villain. You feel me? I remember reading about Jeffrey Epstein before he got picked up for the. I read the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. That's some shit that my pops got me and my brother on from young. So I was reading about Jeffrey Epstein years ago. I was reading about Harvey Weinstein when he showed up with Jay-Z years ago. Okay, these people turn villain and whatnot. So that's the era that we're in. Like, just pay attention to what you're seeing. Just pay attention to what you're seeing and whatnot. Okay. Just pay attention to what you're seeing. You said YSL Woody is a snitch villain. Yeah. Die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Did Harvey Dent say that? I know that's in the Batman movie. Did Harvey didn't say that? Who? Which one of them said that? That's like a net. That's a back tat right there. That's something you could put on your arm. You know, Harvey helped make Paid in Full. Fuck him. Yeah. Look, we're gonna see. Harvey had an art studio label, right? Harvey was financing a. Harvey cut his teeth with the movie The Crying Game. Who the fuck remembers The Crying Game? I remember watching The Crying Game and almost throwing up at the end. He has a, you know what I mean? He cut his teeth with that because they got Grammy. He got nominated, but that was a transgender. That was a Transformer movie. That was one of the first movies that rolled that out. The Crying Game. Okay. Yeesh. Yeah, The Crying Game. The type of movie studio that Harvey Weinstein, or rather the Weinstein brothers, had was the movie studio that would have they would produce movies that were considered to be art movies. They were considered to be not your traditional Hollywood studio movies, but movies that the Hollywood studios would not take a risk on, right? Because they could not necessarily take that bet on these movies. So the Weinstein brothers had a boutique studio had a boutique label and whatnot, and they were the ones that would produce these quote unquote, you know, these edgy type of movies. Henceforth, Quentin Tarantino signed like a 9-film deal with him. Quentin Tarantino is like Weinstein or Harvey Weinstein child, right? Henceforth, when you look at the Quentin Tarantino movies, it's all about the anti-hero and whatnot. He's very racist, you know what I'm saying? Very misogynistic in the sense, you know, he went and took, remember, he went and made a movie called Pulp Fiction and whatnot. Art house films. That's what it's called. Art house films. That's what Harvey Weinstein and his brother, the Weinstein brothers, they were very famous, and they made they made a millions upon millions of dollars putting these films out in Hollywood and whatnot. It's the Weinstein Company. It's Miramax. You feel me? Disney comes in and basically buys up, they buy up, there's a Disney buyout. They bring the company into Disney, and then that's when they start kind of like, shutting shit down, because that's not, that wasn't it's in Disney's portfolio, but Disney wasn't really with all of that shit that the Weinstein brothers was doing. So, that fell apart. Then you have Weinstein popping up doing shit with, he did the Woodsman. Weinstein does Monsters Ball. The Weinsteins do State Property. No, Paid in Full. The Weinsteins get with, Harvey Weinstein gets with Jay-Z, and they do the documentary on the Khalif Browder and Trayvon Martin. And that's one of the last type of films. That was one of the last productions. So when the Weinstein goes down, when Harvey Weinstein goes down, he's with Jay-Z. They do a 20 movie deal for 20 million, I believe, for 20 films or 20 products, 20 mil. So he's the one that's bringing Jay-Z through the industry. He's the big dog. Remember, Harvey Weinstein is the biggest player in Hollywood for the Democrats. He's the one that does the donor parties. He's the big dog in Hollywood. He is him. Harvey Weinstein is like how P. Diddy is for black music. That's what Harvey Weinstein was in Hollywood. They used to call him the Beast. He was called the Beast. Do you know who else was called the Beast? Aleister Crowley. Right? And when you read the reports, and when you read the because everybody loves to read paperwork, but they didn't. I don't remember people reading Harvey Weinstein's paperwork, the Tisa Tells, all of these gossip sites and whatnot. They are bloodthirsty when it comes to our people, but I never seen them really peel back the layers and expose Harvey Weinstein, Jeff Epstein, and a whole bunch of Vince McMahon. Where's the Vince McMahon slander? Where's the Vince McMahon? Why didn't they throw Vince McMahon was going crazy at the WWF. The pay he got his lawsuit. I think it's like 70 pages. This shit is horrific. Horrific. Where's that at? I know that they coming out with a Netflix thing on him, so people got to see it on TV to kind of like be activated, right? Because everybody knew about R. Kelly, they knew about P. Diddy. It was the film of him going after Cassie that activated everybody. They got to see it. Okay, remember, visualizing type of people. They got to see this. They can hear about it all day, but when they see it, then it's undeniable. Like I was saying, we live in a time where everybody gets exposed. You get exposed to things at once. So when that shit hit when it hit the web, when they leaked that video of him in the hallway, you know, that's when people got to see it, and the perception of who they thought he was automatically changed forever because they can't unsee it. So one of the things that have come up, that one of the what do they call that? The common denominator in so many of these stories is surveillance. Surveillance. The fact that people are being surveilled and they don't know it, right? So we live in a day where surveillance, right, is one of the main things in government, right? Surveillance. And there's a whole surveillance economy because they're surveilling you through your phone. They have hidden cameras in your phone. They got hidden cameras in your house. They got hidden cameras in the street. They got hidden cameras on the highway. Everything is being surveilled. They're watching you from Starlink satellites. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, some people got drones following them just based off of their status. And it's, yeah, your car. That shit is a surveillance. It's a tracking device. You know? So surveillance. Be very mindful of that people are watching. And blackmail is a real thing. You know what I mean? But it's not just blackmail, it's basically the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the surveilling of people to build dossiers and to create the psychological profiles on you, like how your phone and Google and Meta and all of them are surveilling you so they could learn how to sell to you. They're surveilling you so they can learn how to basically hack your brain. They're surveilling you so they can learn how to send operatives to basically, they can send undercovers and informants and operatives to, to infiltrate. You know what I mean? That's what they do. So we live in a surveillance society similar and almost akin to the Truman Show. Okay? Almost akin to the Truman Show. So if you are a person that's attaining for some type of power, if you are a person that's attaining for some type of status and whatnot, if you are a person that's trying to be a part of public office, and you're going to be in a public eye and whatnot, you better be mindful of all of these things. You know what I'm talking about? You better be mindful of all of these things, bro. because the shit is real. You're seeing it right before your very eyes. You know what I mean? It's not just the P. Diddy case. They said that they have 5 terabytes of digital footprints or 5 terabytes of content in this trial that in their possession. This is what the prosecution in the P. Diddy case said at his bail hearing the other day and whatnot. And he has a court date in 2025 in May. Will he make it to the court date, May 2025? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you think that Sean Combs is going to sit inside a federal penitentiary, right, without saying, take that, take that, take that, up until May, right, 2025, so he could stand trial. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. You know, I don't see it happening. I say 2, we're going to see something happen, whether his ass is going to go to witness protection or he going to go to, he going to go chill with Biggie and Craig Mack and them niggas. I don't see him sticking them in the pokey in the federal penitentiary. I don't see him locked up in Brooklyn, my niggas, until May. It's not given. You know, it's not given. I feel that he's already talking. If you were to ask me, they just going ahead with the shenanigans. So whoever he might be snitching on, don't get nervous. But if you ask me, he's already talking, and they don't have his ass in one of those cells that they got the average Negro in. He in the fucking penthouse of the pokey, my nigga. He in the penthouse of the pokey. You know what I'm talking about? He might not have all of the amenities, but if I know one thing about that dude is that he ain't gonna stay down for long. You feel me? He's addicted to the lifestyle, and he's not gonna forsake the lifestyle. Why wait to talk? If you're gonna talk, you're gonna talk the first week. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna snap, my nigga, why am I gonna just wait? I'm gonna snap in December. I'm gonna snap now and get some McDonald's, nigga. The fuck? I'm gonna snap now. What you want to know? You don't think they talking to him? You don't think he's telling his lawyers, yo, go and talk to these niggas and see what they want to know? He chilling somewhere. I don't have faith in the system. I mean, y'all don't even have a president right now. Joe Biden ain't the president, nigga. You don't even know who's running the country, let alone what's going on when they say that they doing things in the federal government. I don't trust nothing. Not a thing that I'm seeing, and half of what I'm hearing. I don't give none of that shit no fucking play. Facts. You know what I mean? Somebody would have to hack into the goddamn federal. We would have to hack into the camera that's watching that nigga for me to see. Somebody would have to give me a link so I could see him chilling by his bunk, because other than that, I don't believe it. You know what I mean? I'm on my Jaguar Paw shit. I'm Jaguar wrong, Jaguar right. I'm Orlando Brown right now, nigga. I'm saying outlandish shit. I'm saying outlandish shit. That nigga's not in jail. He chilling with Kamala somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, 11/11. All dogs go to heaven. You see Kamala with the neck, right? They say that was a face mask. That might be him. You know what I mean? You don't see no handcuffs. You don't see no mugshot. If too many people say it, then they're gonna be like, "Yo, let's drop a mugshot." But you don't. What they didn't take a mugshot? If they not giving a nigga bail, then why would they be holding on to his mugshot and trying to give him some type of why they being honorable? They're not giving you bail, nigga. So you already not in their good graces. Leak the mugshot. You know? You said they messing with him, but they gotta free him until trial. Shit, they said the same thing about Young Thug. He wearing that Sean John orange. He wearing that Sean John orange. He works with the look. Who remember the movie Donnie Brasco? Remember the movie Donnie Brasco when Johnny Depp they had to come and grab him because he was about to get smacked and whatnot, and they made it look like they was locking him up. Remember Donnie Brasco when they extracted him? Remember In Too Deep when they extracted him and whatnot? When I saw the surveillance video and they ran down on him in a hotel, it was Donnie Brasco-ish. You understand? It was Donnie Brasco-ish. They brought him in for a debriefing. They didn't bring him in for an interrogation. You got to remember the difference between the two. They brought him in for a debriefing and not an interrogation. When you're under arrest and you're a citizen, you get interrogated. When you're an asset, you get debriefed. You come in and you debrief them. The video with YSL Woody, the first one where they seen him snitching, he was debriefing them. He wasn't being interrogated. He was debriefing them. He came in there and they was like, "All right, Woody, tell us what's been going on for the last 2 years on Cleveland Ave." Type shit. And he debriefed them. He wasn't snitching. He was debriefing them. No, he didn't turn himself in. There's a video where he's walking into a hotel and they're already in a hotel and they stop him at the door and they say, "Hey, let us talk with you." They didn't have no gats out. They didn't have no vest on. They didn't have no jackets that said federal agents, no FBI jackets. They didn't have no type. How you going to you went to look, think about this. They raided his house and caught 3 firearms with the serial scratched off. When they take you down, they're not going to come to you and they don't have the US Marshals, federal agents with their guns out. That doesn't make sense. They went to his house and he had 3 machine guns that they said that they confiscated with the goddamn thing scratched off. And he was walking with an entourage of more than 4 black men. And they approached him and they didn't have the SWAT with them and they didn't have their weapons out and they did not treat him like he was a suspect. They just walked up to him and said, "Fam, shit is getting hot. We got to take you to the bunker because we ready for the debriefing, my nigga. It's over. We're pulling you off of this assignment." He is an asset. He is an asset. He been working for them for the longest. They got him all the way back with the Tupac shit when Keefe D flew and was telling them all the way back then. He was already, I think they already got to him and flipped him and he agreed to work with them. You can have freak offs when you were a confidential informant. You can have freak offs when you work with the CIA and all of them in the DEA. That's what they do. They're in Latin America having freak offs with the goddamn informants and all of them. Every other, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's not a crime. They're in there, you know what I mean? Not to the CIA and not to the FBI. That's not a crime. Don't let these people fool you and lie to you. Now, the second indictment, not this one that they got him in so they could debrief him. This was mad lightweight. The second one, they're going to unveil another indictment. The next indictment is going to be the real indictment, and it's not just going to be him. It's going to be on whoever the fuck he agrees to tell on. That's going to be the new one, right? Watch the party die. That's going to be the new one. This one right here was the Donnie Brasco indictment, just to get him off of the streets so they could begin the process of him turning states and whatnot and flipping him. Pause. You know? You know? The shit is all entertainment. A huge distraction. You feel me? The P. Diddy shit will be in the news leading up to the election. Leading up to the election. This is Mr. Vote or Die. This is Mr. Vote or Die. The Democrats lost this round. Okay? The Democrats lost this round. This is their golden child. And then it shifted to Jay-Z and whatnot. But this is their golden child. He was also raising funds for the Democrats. He was also throwing parties for the Democrats. He was also getting on the phone with the rappers and whatnot and telling them what to do and to get in line. But the one who was really keeping things in order was Clarence Avant, Harry Belafonte, but really Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather. He was the one who they were going to because he had everybody in line. He had the tapes. He had the blackmail. He was the one who had all of the connections and whatnot. Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather, he died about 2 years ago. And after he died, that's when a lot of shit started going topsy-turvy, right? Rumor has it that Jay-Z was supposed to be the next one up to receive the Black Godfather quote unquote jacket because somebody got to fill in for the Black Godfather. Now that the Black Godfather is not around, who's the person that's going to call everybody and say, yo, you niggas got to pop out for Kamala? You niggas got to pop out for Kamala. Or before it was Kamala, was Joe Biden. That's the call that the quote unquote Black Godfather was tasked with. He was the one that was going to call, right? Yes. Diddy said that Clarence saved them for a lot of things. Yeah, the documentary. Yeah. And they killed his wife. They was looking for something and they murked his wife right in front of him. Okay? He didn't give up what they was looking for, and his wife got smacked and whatnot right in front of his face. And it hurt him so much that he died a few years later. Okay? So there's a lot of shit going on in those Hollywood Hills and whatnot. There's a lot of shit going down in them Hollywood Hills and whatnot. But yeah. It was a power struggle. It's a power struggle taking place, and somebody got to fill that quote unquote the shoes of the Black Godfather. So when the smoke clears, we will see who is the last man standing, and whoever the last man standing is, that's the person that was either chosen or they manipulated and worked their way to get that seat to be the new Black Godfather over this $1 trillion quote unquote plantation of $40 million slaves. Because keep in mind, these niggas are still on contract. Let's be clear. The music industry is the mafia, and they have to collect. They want publishing, they want catalogs, they want all of you niggas that are contracted for 10 albums to fulfill your duties and whatnot. They know dead rappers get better promotion, and somebody has to control the rappers. There has to be a group of these niggas who are going to if they don't control it, then they get rid of the quote unquote music industry. They get rid of the CEOs, they get rid of the labels, they get rid of certain departments and whatnot, and they only keep a handful of you niggas. Henceforth, that's why they have a purge taking place in the music industry, because at the end of the day, they don't need your services anymore. And you niggas don't have enough handlers and whatnot. You getting too big for your britches. So they're cutting ties and they're not going to invite you to the white party. Okay. You're going to have to make your own white party and whatnot. But they're cutting ties on all of you house niggas is over. They taking they silverware back and everything. They're cutting ties. Okay. They're cutting ties. Yes, since when the feds cared about an abused girlfriend? Like what? Yeah. I want people to wake the fuck up because it's the energy that the people are giving that's making it real. The energy that the people are giving is giving it its credibility. That shit should have been laughed at from the gate. They're insulting your intelligence once again. You know? This is some Chitlin Circuit type of who wrote this script? Tyler Perry, nigga. Like they're insulting your intelligence. It's not good TV, bro. It's not good TV. So, speaking of the Democrats in the industry and all of that, you know, and the Carters and all of that stupid shit, right? What's up with your man Barry, bro? Like, the fuck? Like, is this nigga serious, bro? Is Barack Hussein Obama smoking that shit? Is he on that Fetty Wap? Huh? Did this nigga literally have a segment where he was trying to talk down to blacks, to black men's, to the black man, to the brothers? I know this nigga is not. I mean, did you see it? And then he made the he basically he said fuck it, I'm gonna just go all the way in, you know what I mean? He got in this, you know what I mean? He got super sassy on niggas. He went all the way in his sassy Birkin bag and tried to say that misogyny was playing a point. You know what I mean? And I was protecting Michelle from all of that Michael shit, but you know, this nigga's really acting out of his you know what I mean? You stepped out of bounds, brother. You know what I'm talking about? You stepped out of bounds, brother. You know what I mean? Once again, like 2024 is a crazy year, bro. Like everybody's going down. This was the year where the idols, where the statues of the idols fell down. Like this, you know. He went full boule. He went Cosby pound cake. You know what I mean? This nigga went full Cosby pound cake on niggas, and it's over. It's over with. We can see you, Barry. This is not '08, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? This is not '08. Your superpowers being neutralized. We could see right through you. Your superpowers is being neutralized. That shit is over with. You know what I mean? The facade has faded away. This is the Obama deception. Let me read this article. Barack Obama had frank words for black men who may be considering sitting out the election. Man like Red Pill, aka Rich Phil. You know what I'm talking about? He's talking to me. So let's see what he said to me. You know what I mean? We might have to set up a sit down. Or if he wants some smoke, we could do the slap contest. He said, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president, and you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. he said Thursday to Harris Walz campaign volunteers and officials at a field office in Pittsburgh. Now, let me ask you this. If somebody is at the volunteer, literally you walk through a door where they had Kamala and fucking Walt signs all over the wall, I would think that those people were for her. So why are you chastising anybody at an event where the people were there for her? Huh? It don't make no sense. If you had some balls, you would have went to a Trump office where it was niggas for Trump and really talk. That's when you talk your shit. You can't talk your shit to us in safe spaces where you won't get no pushback, nigga. That ain't battle rap. You know what I'm talking about? That's how we know that you're not one of us. You know what I mean? You don't go into the doghouse to talk about the cats. You come right to us. The fuck? You should have went into a barbershop with all of that smoke. America's first black president touched a nerve amongst Democrats worried about Vice President Kamala Harris's chance of becoming the second. Harris is counting on black turnout in battleground states such as Pennsylvania and her tight race with Republican Donald Trump, who has focused on energizing men of all races and tried to make inroads with black men in particular. Obama's comments belie that black men still overwhelmingly back Harris, but her campaign and allies have worked hard trying to shore up support with this critical group of voters and addressing questions about potential misogyny. Do you know how many white men is talking crazy? You had the nerve to say misogyny amongst us. Do you know do you know what black women are saying about this lady? This Hindu? Do you know what sisters are saying about this woman? She's ambiguous. And Donald Trump is ambiguous. And one thing that we all gonna learn about America is that they prefer ambiguous over actual. What does that mean? What it means is we're making this thing about, oh, she's not really black. And white people are like, nigga, exactly. We don't want real black. We want ambiguous black. They love that. That works for them. That worked for them forever. They understand it comes from a certain playbook. Ambiguous black will defeat black any day for them. Okay? It's like iRobot. It's like the robot that Elon just rolled out. You understand? Ambiguous human over real human any day. Yes, like Drake, who is a byproduct of the Obama epoch. It's an Obama era. What does the Obama era mean? It's not just him being president. It was a preference that was created. It was a preference that was created, where people started going for ambiguous. No, Trump is not ambiguous. Kamala is. Talking about Kamala Harris is an ambiguous sister, right? Whose only quote unquote cultural footprint in anything black or anything melanated is her going to Howard University, right? And being in the Tupac video. Okay. That's all. That's it. She don't have too many other ties to the culture. Okay. Oh, my bad. She's in a sorority. She's part of the Divine Nine. And I did find out that they give out black passes the same way the Moors be giving out IDs and shit. So you could come into one of these sorors and whatnot, ambiguous, and they actually have they have a pass for you. They could make you they can accredit you to be a Negro. I'm just playing with the Tupac video. Y'all niggas is out here trying to Google shit. Nah, she said Tupac is my favorite artist. I used to listen to him in Howard. And then you do a quick Google research. You was at Howard in the 80s. You was listening to Tupac when he was in grade school. Hmm? Which Tupac were you listening to? The nigga from Peru? Because it wasn't Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Who you was listening to? Matulu Shakur or Tupac Shakur? Because when you was in school, that nigga was a baby. The fuck? So that I'm just saying, like, and once again, I don't have no horse in this race, but god damn it, I mean, we in October, you know what I'm saying? I've been dodging smoke. I've been dodging smoke because I said early in the year, I'm going to avoid a lot of shit because people got their hearts and their minds in religion and in politics. And I really didn't feel like dealing with none of that shit. I was focusing on other things because it's you know what I'm saying? It's like a dog chasing his tail. I knew what it was from the gate. You know what I mean? So I talk to people who know what shit is from the gate. We didn't even have to look at each other to be like, you voting for her? Are you voting for her? We knew from the gate. We knew from the gate what we was about to do and what we was not about to do. So I don't even gotta argue with myself about none of this shit. But I just been catching a few pieces of content over the past few days where she's been convincing me over and over and over and over again how incompetent that this she may be to lead this country. Now, granted, she has potential, you know what I'm talking about, to do a lot of things in life. I'm not taking anything away from this woman and whatnot. It's woman empowerment all day. You know what I mean? She's viable. She's a viable candidate to carry on a lot of things. But being a commander in chief right now, I just don't see it. You know what I mean? And y'all can report me to Barry and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I know Barack got a list out there of niggas that he's trying to come and see. You know what I'm talking about? But that's really how I mean, come on, man. They both are incompetent. I'm not saying I can't pick one or the other. Fuck Donald Trump and Kamala is just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make both of them are not doing anything for me at all. Straight like that. Like none of them are doing anything for me at all. So I'm just removing myself from the whole equation. Y'all have fun with it. You feel me? But Barack Obama has some fucking nerve to try to talk to our people. What makes you think that you even have a standing amongst us right now? Like you did nothing for black men. It ain't like you the homie like that. You did nothing for us. Go talk to black gay men or something. You did nothing for niggas in the trenches and whatnot. You ain't put nothing on the table for your brothers. You dig? So he finna get washed and whatnot. Don't let, ooh, man, don't let if homegirl get washed, he's gonna get the man. They're going to, because they was nice. They was playing. It's gonna be the black magas that's gonna go and rip apart a lot of those. They're gonna expose them. They're gonna expose him. He put himself in the crosshairs. You know what I mean? Talking down. You feel me? You could have shared your sentiments of the importance of why you feel that melanated people should come back to the plantation and whatnot. But the fact that you was talking down with your nose up and whatnot, you was taught like you was in Candyland, like you was Don Johnson in Candyland with your fucking all white on with your nose up. You know what I mean? On the steps of the plantation while niggas was in the field on their way, addressing us in the field. Nah, you gonna get washed for that. You're gonna get washed. Maybe not right now. We're gonna wait for the dust to settle, but you finna get washed for that, Barack. You know, because people have been holding back from really letting you know how they really feel about you. But your day has come. On some Jaguar Wright shit, your day has come. You will see very soon what faith has to offer. You know? Yeah, this nigga think he's on his '08 run. That ain't that. This ain't that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, Barry. Yeah, he was definitely calling the slaves out. He was singing it. Now you know these Negro pastors is they gonna back them up. They about to the Negro pastors, they up right now, right in they motherfucking ethers to black men. They got the they go bars. You know TD Jakes got bars, you know what I'm saying? He done activated the motherfucking Black Caucus. These niggas is gonna be on our backs, battle rap. Let's get round one. Finish him. They're gonna be washing black men all the way up to November. I love to see it, you know. But he getting his pushback. I was on TikTok. He getting his work. He's getting his issue, my nigga. Niggas is definitely with the receipts. They outside. They in their cars and whatnot. Niggas is going live. They are cooking Barry for real, for real. They got their receipts. So like I said, he should have just chilled. He should have did a pop-up. Why is nobody famous on the endorse? Where's the concerts at? Where the fuck? We only got Meg the Stallion. Where's Glorilla, nigga? Where's the concerts? We didn't have no Barack. They said that Barack was about to hit the road with her too. So he's gonna be out there trying to get sound bites and whatnot. But where's the concerts? Where's the concerts? The rappers or the music industry is completely in shambles, y'all. They rolled out every single fucking rapper and musician when it came time for the Jabberwockies. Remember that? Vax that ass up. But you niggas didn't have enough in your budget to get the fucking to get the rappers to pop out for Kamala. Yeah, she on a podcast tour. Like what, nigga? Yeah, Barry should definitely let Michael pull up. Like, where's he at? Like, she's definitely on a podcast tour when she should have been outside with the rappers. I mean, Glorilla is lit, nigga. Where's Cardi B when you need her? Think about it. It's 800 women rapping. It's 800 sexy Redders on WWE. Brokey Lotto was out here dropping videos, putting black men's hands in the blender. You know what I'm saying? Glorilla just dropped, nigga. Meg is outside, nigga. Like Ice Spice is still bending over. Where's the women's at? Where's the women's at when you need them? I mean, goddamn it. They out here chastising us. What the fuck? Y'all couldn't come up with a Kamala jingle? All of the ladies, we couldn't book no studios for these sisters and let Beyonce on the hook, nigga. Oh, they got a concert for Kamala scheduled in NYC. Okay, we'll see who pops out. We'll see who's pop out. You seen it advertised? This will be it. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. And we're gonna special appearance by P. Diddy making the band. It's gonna be P. Diddy was bringing out making the band. It's gonna be P. Diddy, Danity Kane, Proswell. Yo, who gonna be at the Kamala, New York City? Who gonna be on the Kamala New York City concert? Who y'all think finna pop out at the New York City Kamala? I think what's her name? When they hating for they broke though. Young and May. When they hating for they broke though. Little Kim. Yes. Of course, you can't come out to New York and not bring out Dylan. Lizzo with the new body. I'm talking about Lizzo with the new body. Lizzo. Nigga said Pinky. NBA Young Boy is coming out. You know what I'm talking about? NBA Young Boy. Andre Andre 5000 Andre 2000. Definitely Fat Joe without the shirt on. Definitely Little Mama with the Little Mo and Ja Rule. That's a definite. We definitely gonna get some Doja Cat and some fucking Lizzo. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we yeah. I can see some Sexy Red. I can see some Foxy Brown too. He said young. That shit is gonna be lit. I need to get a ticket right now. You know what I mean? 50 Definitely gotta have a Punjabi artist out there. Scarlett, you know what I'm talking about? Scarlett. I could see Fab too. I could see Fab doing Superwoman. I can see Fab doing Superwoman. Definitely Plies. Plies gonna open up with Becky. I just want some Becky. I want to say, bro, give me some Becky. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. You said Shamal. What's Shamal? Shamal Lattimore? Famous Dex? I want to, yeah, Ice JJ Fish is definitely gonna open up. It's definitely gonna open up. SZA and Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, Taylor did say that she's rocking with her. Well, Playboy Cardi, you feel me? I want to see Playboy Cardi and Destroy Lonely. You know what I'm talking about? It should be a twerkathon for Kamala. You only have one life to live, Kamala. You know what I'm talking about? A twerkathon for Kamala. That shit would really turn up. T-Pain, Lil B. Nigga said Little B. I brought Little B out. Yeah, definitely Tiger. Definitely Tiger to get this shit started. Bring all the opium out there. Cause we, shit. We need to get that audience. She needs to target the people who are undecided, right? She needs to target the demographics of voters who are undecided. So to bring a Mary J. Blige out and any of these, no, you need secular artists because it's these people with face tats. It's these secular people who are not voting. They're more, undecided. They're either going for Trump or they haven't not shown their allegiance to the Democrats. So, I think Peso Pluma, yeah, the Yin Yang twins. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Sweetie. I need all of the females that are lit right now. Where's Sweetie, Doja Cats? You know what I'm saying? Who else? Who else? We need some sisters. You know what I'm talking about? We need some women's because it's gonna be a twerk fest. You know, we definitely need Glorious. We need Glorilla. We need some Dochi. We need some Rhapsody. Okay. We need some Rhapsody. We need some Sukiana. Shout out to Sukiana. You know she's a Scorpio, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Miss Twerk some. Yeah, man. Shit is crazy. I'm so glad that it's soon gonna be over with. Oh, definitely Alicia Keys bringing out Scarlet. I could see it already. Or because they not matching the energy for '08 Obama. He was on his rock star shit. They not matching. It's not giving. This nigga had my president is black. You know what I'm saying? The Obama way was stupid. It's not even giving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. She ain't tap in. She ain't tap in. She must not have known. She didn't know. You know, she didn't know. But that's what happens when they take Diddy out the game. You know what I mean? Because he would have definitely been making them phone calls. You feel me? He would have definitely been making those phone calls. Where's Nick Cannon when you need him? You know what I'm talking about? We need Nick Cannon gonna have to take over, or Ray J. Like, he was the one making the plays. He was making the plays, and he's not here to make the plays. So, you know, Jay-Z's too busy putting the Super Bowl together. He couldn't help her. And I do feel like she's not gonna win because, you know, this last it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. She started with a lot of you know, she had a lot of momentum following her. The propaganda that the media was utilizing was working in her favor, but I feel that she faltered in the last laps, the final laps of her race and whatnot, where they dropped the ball on the in the South after the hurricane. You know, they dropped the ball and big time. You feel me? Like, they dropped the ball big time. And it could have been her defining moment. It could have been a shining moment for that administration. I don't know how. I really don't. But it could have did something for them. And instead it backfired. And you know, these are swing states. You know, these are swing states where they fucked up in. All of that $750, all of that sending money to overseas and all of that with the whole Biden administration. Like, yeah, that's on the front burner right now. And then when I really look at it, this is all about, is it real? This really is all about, is it real? So everything in this election, especially because of what's going on in that region right now and how volatile is in that region, and the moves that China and Iran and all of them are making with BRICS and whatnot, and the fact that, is it real, because of all of the pressure, they are imploding and whatnot. So there's certain things that they have to complete. They started the mission and they have to complete this mission. This mission involves the burning of those red heifers. The mission involves the quote unquote, it's a biblical narrative. It is a biblical narrative. And because of the power that the Christian Zionists have in America, the next president not only has to be committed, fuck a commitment. The next president has to basically, he or she has to be completely in line and in step with that agenda. And that agenda has a lot to do because we're in this country where the evangelical Christians run shit, the lobbyists and whatnot run shit. They are heavy into they're the lawmakers. They're in Congress. They're in the Senate. They're in the Supreme Court. They're everywhere. So the 4 years that Trump was in presidency, he did a lot of shit to put a lot of things in position over there. The main thing that he did that set off a lot of shit was he moved the embassy into Jerusalem. Now, if you don't know what Jerusalem means to them Palestinians and whatnot, and how much Jerusalem plays a part in the conflict that's going on in Palestine, we'll teach you about that one day. But when Trump moved the American embassy to Jerusalem, that shit set off a whole riot. Mad people got murdered and whatnot. And it was a whole thing dealing with that move. and the fact that that signified that there was an encroachment on Jerusalem, henceforth the pushing forward in of greater Israel, because now it's not greater Israel, it's just regular Israel, and they're trying to expand it and whatnot. But beyond just that, this is about the Messiah. This is about the returning of their Messiah. This is about what they prophesied to be the returning of Jesus. This leads all the way into end time prophecies of the Jimmy Swaggarts and and all of these very, very powerful evangelical Christians in America. So Donald Trump already showed how far he's willing to go with it. So he's their guy. If you would have asked me, she's not their gal, but she belongs to a shadow type of government where even if she because her part is what you see with Joe Biden. The military is running things and the corporations with the whole Joe Biden presidency. He's not running anything. I mean, I don't get me all crazy and he's not running the show right now. The military's running the show. All of the conflicts that are going on, that they're acting like these are other people, this Ukraine shit, that's America at war by utilizing Ukraine as the proxy, but they're at war. Okay. Over in Is It Real? That's America over there at war. They're just, it just looks like it's Israel, but no, America's at war. Okay. They're smacking shit. They're involved. They just can't show their hands like that, but they're basically at war. Then, of course, the shit going on in Africa, in the Francophone and whatnot, over in the Sahel and whatnot, with all of that going on with the Burkina Faso, that uprising that took place over there, them kicking the French out, the strategic positioning, them partnering with Wagner and Russia and whatnot, that causing all kind of conflict. Mali, Burkina Faso, all of those areas. Kamala Harris, she's not going to be the one running that show. She's going to be the face of things, but it's going to be those war mongerers, those generals, and whoever the quote unquote deep state or the CIA, whatever operatives, whatever branch of agency that's running things right now, they're going to continue to run things. Okay. Now with Trump, if he was to be able to get into the seat and whatnot, he's going to be on the fort. That he's not going to know. It's not going to be like you don't see Trump, you don't hear from Trump, but there's a bunch of shit going on and you're going to assume, no, you're going to see him, you're going to hear him. They're going to be making monumental changes in all forms of government. Is going to be an upheaval of all type of all of these departments and whatnot. They're going to consolidate. They're going to get rid of all of the Biden holdout. It's going to be a bloodbath. But my prediction, because I'm looking at the whole picture from a geopolitical vantage point, is whoever is going to pull the trigger with Is It Real is going to be the next president. Fuck your feelings. It doesn't matter about none of that other shit. They are the electoral college. They're the ones that's going to make the final decision. They've already made their decision as to who they want to do business with, because as you can see, they're running the show. Okay. The U.S. created Is It Real? Yeah. It damn sure did. And the British, they're running the show though. These are bankers. These are very powerful people. These are mafias, but not mafias in the way, not the lowbrow mafias like the Italian mafia. We talking about the mafias who sit at the head of TD Bank. Did you see the lawsuit that TD Bank had to settle because they're laundering Mexican cartel money? Mafia. That's what the banks do, because that's a mafia. Rothschilds, right? A bigger mafia, not the mob, not the mafia, something bigger than that. Something bigger than that, more powerful than that. You know what I mean? These niggas take down oil barons and grand sheiks and shit like that. They're different. But They running the show. Make no mistake about it. They're running the whole show. So it really goes down to what the fuck they say. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled and don't be hoodwinked. Do not. Is it real? They're going to thrive better in a democratic run society because they are the liberals. You understand? They are the liberals. That's who they are. They are the liberals. They are the quote unquote they would be able to hide in a Kamala administration. They'll be able to hide. They'll be able to work more in the shadows in her administration. Okay, they'll be able to do that, but they will ramp up. And to be honest with you, they're gonna have more control over her than they will have over Trump. The nigga who lays down with her at night and pipes her down is one of them. And I'm just being real with you. So there's she's being dominated by one of them. She's being dominated by one of them. Even if he's her handler or whatever, that's who that's the man on top of her every night. Mr. Imhoff. Okay? Flag waving Zionist. Okay? That's her man. Your lady, Olivia Pope. I'm sorry. What's her name? Kamala Harris. Her husband is a card carrying member of the organization that I'm speaking of. So they might have their hands in Donald Trump's pockets, but they have their teeth in her neck. You understand? She can't go rogue. So when you think about it, they might pick her. They might say, nah, we're gonna get her before she's more of a puppet. Feel me? She's more controllable. You feel me? Than he is. He's a wild card. Remember, Donald Trump is a wild card. Yes, he's pledged his allegiance. He has pledged his allegiance to them, but he is susceptible to kind of go a little bit rogue and go off script. She, from as you can see with the teleprompter, she is all about the script. She's all about the script. You understand? Jay-Z went after Pierre because his content carries way more credibility. Well, Piers Morgan is a new audience. It's the audience that Jay-Z, would rather get his money with than the Chitlin circuit. The money that Jay-Z is getting when he does the gambling bets, when he does, like he just did a thing with Mike Rubin and whatnot. He's opening up casinos. He's getting into bigger brackets and whatnot. He's trying to get around bigger brackets of, white money. He's not doing anything to cater to black people right now. So Piers Morgan's audience, that's all of the MAGAs and the tinfoil hat white boys and the, all of these Joe Rogans and the, all of that. So now they get exposed through Jaguar Wright that there's a flaw with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and people need to start looking at him the same way that they looking at Diddy. So he was like, oh no, we can't do that. You don't talk about, we can't do that. Jaguar Wright sitting on YouTube talking to a bunch of niggas and whatnot. That's okay. Like, that doesn't move the goalpost for them. They're getting unfollowed by people. They don't give a fuck about that. Beyonce and Jay-Z's numbers are solidified. They're looking for, they remember, they're past trying to get a crowdfunding from black people to solidify if their bills are going to be paid. They're past trying to do a launch of a product to be like, yo, we trying to become millionaires. We hope black people believe in this. They've already pitched to black people. Remember, she's selling rum and shit. Beyonce, she done moved on to some fucking rum, some scotch, nigga. That doesn't have a demographics. She's not selling it to black people. You know? Yeah, he's protecting his wealth. His wealth is his reputation. You know? The wealth is his reputation. It's his reputation is attached to his wealth. You know what I'm talking about? And for Piers Morgan to apologize, and then Jaguar Wright said that she was vetted, right? So if she was vetted, she would have to show some type of proof, right? Some type of proof for them to even consider bringing her on the platform. She would have to show some type of receipts in the vetting process. I'm assuming that that's what it is, because that's not all. We may think that they have a heavy vetting process and they just might be going on views. I don't know what it is. Yeah, she needs to go to Mount Shasta for real, for real. For real, for real. She need to go there for real. You know what I'm talking about? Because the healing is, is waiting for her. Somebody had played it. I seen a video on IG where they was showing a video where she was throwing the ashes of one of her deceased children and whatnot. And that was a few months ago, maybe a year ago and whatnot. And it just showed that there's still a lot of healing to take place. Once again, we're in a villain era. So we're witnessing a lot of villainous acts and whatnot, a lot of villain arcs. You know what I mean? And all we could do is pray for people. All we could do is pray for our people. So, yep. But yeah, man, I think we're going to wind it down. I definitely think we're going to wind it down. It's been a good build and whatnot. Once again, I want everybody to tune in mañana. I'm going to have a show with my good brother Q Reeves. We're going to be in the building. We have an upcoming lecture on the 26th, which is a Saturday, 8 p.m. on the 26th of October, called Unveiling the Veil, right? Unveiling the Veil. And it's going to feature Q Reeves and Red Pillar, a masterclass on spiritual expansion, because Lord knows we need some spiritual expansion. We need some information that's going to help many of us that are on this journey right now, who may be going through some of the growing pains of the journey. So we're going to help you with this information that we got coming up. But definitely tap in tomorrow. I'm going to have the brother pull up. We're going to talk about some things, and we're going to put some things out there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put some things on the grill. We're going to grill up some information. You know what I mean? We're going to cook up. You feel me? All right. What up, Latte? Jay-Z is an agent, allegedly just too smart than Diggler and laid back. Yeah. It'll be, you know what I'm saying? One big fish at a time. Niggas is putting too much on a plate. The Diddy shit, you know what I mean? That's not the end all be all, but that's a big plate. So before, everything will, not everything, but things will be revealed, right? Things will be revealed. We just have to get to the discovery first. We just have to get to discovery first. So the discovery is going to open things up, and it's going to start giving you the paper trail and a certain type of names and whatnot. But I'm willing to just wait for that. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. All roads lead to Jay-Z, of course, at the end. All roads lead to Jay-Z. You know what I mean? And yeah, like Bobby said, we already won, but the works continue. You feel me? This is a cycle. The works continue. And every day, you know what I mean? It's a confirmation that the master teachers were on point. So shout out to Urban X, Black Dot, and Malcolm. They had their 500th episode, a great milestone. I'm very proud of those brothers and whatnot for being committed to what it is that they do and put out quality content. Shout out to all of the platforms that are out here doing their thing. Do the Knowledge Radio, Crumb TV, Black Magic 363, Know the Ledger 444. And if I did forget, please, it's nothing personal. Please, just it's late. You feel me? Is this the end of the celebrity? I think that started in 2020, but we are definitely in that era where, the celebrity does not hold the type of weight that the healer or the teachers or people who are vibrating of that higher frequency. That is becoming the new celebrity. So it's not necessarily the end of the celebrity, but it's definitely a shift from the entertainer. It's going from the entertainer into something else, into the content creator, influencer type shit. But you don't have to be an entertainer and whatnot to be lit. Look at Dr. Sabi, right? Look at what happened with Dr. Sabi when he made his transition. He made his transition in 2016, and then he started going viral, and then went super viral in 2020 and type, right? And what he says is entertaining, but he's giving you the science. He's giving you the information that spawned, people to heal, to save their lives. Like Diddy is telling niggas how to, he's helping you with aspiration raps and trying to help you get your shit together and get money and help niggas dance better. But he wasn't out here saving no lives. He was selling alcohol. He wasn't helping you to cure AIDS and cancer and giving you the science of the body. He wasn't dropping lectures on you to help you, to show you how your cells and whatnot were regenerating and turning on, and how your dormant DNA was really your superpowers. Like that's the paradigm, and that's the times that we're in. So those type of messengers, they are going to be rising up and getting their rightful, they're going to get what's rightfully owed to them. So when Red Pill could do when they booked me to do a walk-in, walk through the club, and they give me 20 bands. When Red Pill gets booked for 100 bands to perform, when I get the type of numbers that Boozy is getting, then that the times have, the correction has taken place. That's when the shift is taking place. When the people who supposed to be getting $100,000 to stand on someone's stage, when they stand in front of 10,000, 100,000, that's where we're headed. Type Rolling Loud type shit. Rolling Loud to hear people speak. The anniversary for the Million Man March, I believe, is tomorrow. It's coming up. So we live, where's the recreation of shit like that? Why, if we could do a million views on YouTube. I want to see a 1,000,000-man march or 1,000,000 people in real life, IRL, 1,000,000 in a gathering to get the real downloads, to get, not just to hear niggas talking, but if 1,000,000 of us ever come together again, we can't leave right away. Because I remember being at the 1,000,000-man march and I was tight and it wasn't even dark. And it was like, all right, guys, it's over. And I'm like, I'm just getting warmed up. The fuck you mean it's over? The sun didn't set, like the street lights ain't on. How is it over? But they said it was over. So we need 1,000,000 people to come together for like 30 days type shit. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I want to thank everybody in the building for your time and whatnot. Go and get that lecture. Go and get the tickets. It is in the description. And it's also on KTL University. This right here. And it's available for my Patreons. This will be for my Patreon. We do this every month. But we also invite the family who are not Patreons to come through and get a ticket so you can experience the class as well. So the master class is on Saturday, October the 26th at 8 p.m. Brother Q Reeves and Red Pillar. All right. With that being said, we're going to leave this with the Facts remix, 44 Top.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you and it's going to provoke you and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.